Right, we are live.
Okay, does it work now?
Good morning. There is going to be a delay when it starts going, but if people can respond and say good morning or good evening, wherever everybody is.
Yeah.
Oh,
people can talk?
Now I see them. Okay.
Okay. Hey.
Hi, okay,
Oh,
good.
great.
Okay, it worked, huh? You open it soon. Hi, okay, good. I'm glad people say hi, so it means...
Good morning, yes. It's 8 in the morning in New Zealand, so it's an early start, and I hope everybody's doing well. Thanks, everybody, for roaring. This is really exciting. We're just reading through some of the comments now. So we have some very exciting updates. We are going to fill you in on what has happened in the last quarter, and we are going to start with a big happy birthday to Benji.
Just like, it's about Kyōryū. It's about Kyōryū, not about me.
Okay. You had your 40th. I'm just going to play this cute little clip.
What is this clip?
Everybody who hasn't seen it yet.
What is this clip about?
This is your birthday clip.
I not... man.
Okay. We'll skip it. Do you have anything you want to say for the next, or from the last 3 months?
The last 3 months, yeah. I think...
40.
I think... 12, the first, second. So I think, yeah, I have been working 1,500 hours on Kyōryū.
Yes.
And
Oh, Lucas, we can hear your audio. Lucas.
Do you want to explain really quick?
Yes. Can you turn off your audio?
Sorry.
Okay. So, oh yes. So in the room we have Lucas on screen here. He's currently in Switzerland. He is teaching an animation workshop, actually.
yeah.
Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Your mic is off now.
Right after I unmute myself again. Sure, I mean, just briefly, I guess, there's nothing to do with Kyōryū and nothing to do with Floating Rock. It's just that every year I'm going back home to Switzerland, and I'm teaching an animation workshop, to students actually from all over the world or all over Europe. There's French people there, a bunch of Danish people, a bunch of Germans, and a whole bunch of Swiss people. And it's a nice way to, just give something back and do something nice while also, seeing family again. And I'm really glad I'm here because it's proper summer compared to New Zealand, where it's apparently, from what I'm hearing, the winter's really bad. So, yay me.
I really wonder where you're gonna go after Switzerland.
Maybe we'll talk about this.
Yeah.
TBD.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Also in the room we have special guest Kate Venables. She's been working on the project this past year or so.
Yeah.
Do you want to introduce yourself and maybe what you've done?
Yeah, sure. Hi guys, my name's Kate. I've been working with Floating Rock and Benji on Kyōryū since the beginning. I too remember when Benji first brought up the idea and we were just like so on board. It was just... instantly we were like, this is amazing. And so it's been really special to kind of experience that. I've been brought on board as I've helped a lot with the concept art, so coming up ideas with sort of about a lot of the concept art and kind of helping Benji art direct some of those concept art pieces, along with being in the storyboard sessions and just kind of helping develop the story a little bit, I guess. I guess I come from a bit of a random background. Originally I was a dancer with the Royal New Zealand Ballet. So I was trained in ballet. And then after that, I retired from dance and went into costuming for cinema. So I've been working at Weta Workshop for the last 14 years, along with working at Weta Effects. And I've also been a motion capture performer and creature suit performer over my 14 years in the industry. So I've crossed a lot of different creative sort of areas, I guess. And I think that's kind of nice in that I bring a lot of kind of different points of view to the show and to the kind of look of the show. So, I love aesthetic. I love kind of character design. I've sort of seen a lot of that through my time at Weta Workshop and kind of, in the film industry. And so I think I've been able to bring a lot of that to the show. But something I really love about this show is really the contrast. There's contrasting elements of dinosaurs in Tokyo. This is just things that you think shouldn't go together, but how can we bring those things together and make it really beautiful and really kind of cool and interesting, and something that really has never been seen before. So, we're so excited. I'm just so stoked to be involved and to be able to kind of, make my brother proud and talk about dinosaurs. It's been really special and I'm so grateful.
Aww.
Do you have after you?
I was going to say, do you think you could motion capture some dinosaurs?
Oh my God, I'm so looking forward to motion capturing dinosaurs. No, I've done a lot of motion capture work for cinema, and I love mocap. It's really exciting, and I love just sort of bringing that that acting and movement background in alongside my kind of more aesthetic work in costume making and design. So I feel like my work on this project has fused all of those things together, and I can't wait to get on the stage and be a bit.
On what movie have you been working?
Oh, well,
people could know.
Yeah, I mean, I've been at Weta Workshop for 14 years now, so I sort of specialise in making costumes, but a lot of leather work and embroidery and weaving and kind of prop armour and weapons. But for the last 8 years, I've mainly been on Avatar. That's been an amazing project for me, and just to be on something of such high calibre, and just working with the people that I've worked with, it's been really... it's super cool.
You made the costume on Avatar.
Yeah. But now I'm on Kyōryū and it's just going to be awesome.
Make a little toy for the studio.
A toy costume, toy cosplay.
Just to clarify, we're not actually thinking about motion capture for Kyōryū, but that would be so much fun just to be on stage to act.
I think we were planning for the previs. To help just to mock up the camera, what's going on, the timing, and after we do a real animation pass on it. You want to be sure you don't feel like it's a dude in a costume.
Cool. All right, and then off stage, off screen, we have Emmy, who is all chatting.
I don't know where I am.
Get in the camera.
Hello, I'll be on chat, so I'll be snooping.
Cool. All right, so let's kick into it and give you guys some updates. Thanks everybody for saying hi and happy birthdays. That's cute.
Someone said happy 4th birthday, Benji.
Birthday. It's nice that I'm 40 years old now, so it's basically people celebrating that I'm gonna die and
that's why I think you like the skull.
I'm gonna die soon, something like that.
Okay, for those who haven't seen this, we'll just play through.
Yeah, so Lucas, I think we need to find a director now.
So how about Steven Spielberg?
More primal.
How about James Cameron?
More Samurai Jack.
How about that French-Canadian guy who's super popular right now, Denis Villeneuve?
More brave.
More brave.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about Mark Andrews?
Oh, that would be perfect! Would you do it?
Absolutely! And the Oscar goes to Brave, Mark Andrews. I'd like to thank the Academy for this incredible honor.
Nice. So I hope everybody has seen that already. We just want to chat a little bit about what this amazing milestone is for Kyōryū and what that means for us. Coming from as an indie studio, there's a lot of things that we have to prove ourselves on, and I think this is a huge step for us, but also Kyōryū mostly, because this leads us into the next step. Lucas, Kate, or Benji, do you want to talk about the story, what the story sessions have been like?
Yeah, I can start if you want. Yeah, so
actually start with why Mark Andrews.
Oh yeah, because I mean Mark Andrews I've been like working on so many shows that like exactly like Kyōryū in a way of so yeah, he worked on like Samurai Jack, which is about samurai. He worked on Primal. He did a lot of story writing on Primal. He did a lot of storyboards. So basically, like there is already those two projects that if you put together, this is basically Kyōryū, you know. And he worked on Brave, and Brave is absolutely amazing. If you have been watching, it is like Mark Andrew managed to make those bears so expressive and with amazing acting, so alive. Like you kind of cry for a beer that for the mama beer, you know, and like this is incredible. I mean, you have all the skills and you have like the Pixar experience. In a way, he have been working for the industry for so long that he's gonna bring exactly what we need. It's and I mean, he's like such a good writer. He also work on the Iron Giant. I don't know if people have seen this movie, but same. This is same. This is like it's about like a giant robot that just communicates through his body language, and you know it's like so he's really good at showing another character, other things that human, you know. Mm-hmm. Show expression and how you feel and how you anthropomorphize them, how you feel emotion for those like bears, those dinosaurs, those giant robots. So it's really perfect for the role. So we are like so happy. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was like super exciting getting him on board. I mean, I think for me that, you know, there was two real moments of validation of the idea that we've kind of come across in the process. Like, you know, as creatives, you want to make something that you love and you think is amazing, but of course you want your audience to think it's amazing too, you know. And I think when you guys released the trailer and we started seeing all the comments coming in on YouTube and seeing the numbers like start to tick over on YouTube, it was just like, you know, this thing that we love, everyone else is loving too, and that's so validating. But then when Mark came on board as well, you know, this Oscar-winning director, ex-Pixar, like he knows the stuff, you know, he knows what's good. And for him to be interested and really like excited about this, like that for us was like, yes, we know this is great. We thought this was great, but like it's validating that, yeah, it really is great. So, I mean, that was super special. But the story sessions as well, you know, we had all like, it felt like we had all the ingredients for the pie, and we you know, we collected all the ingredients for the pie and we had it all there. And then when Mark came in, it was like, you know, he knew how to bake the pie. Yeah. You know, he knew how to make the pie. And you know, now we can bake that pie and we can kind of share the pie with you guys. So I think that's kind of quite special. And the story sessions for creatives like us, it felt like a really nice, it felt really organic. It didn't feel like we just sat down and we're going, okay, this is the start of the story and then now this is the end of the story. It's like everything we had thought and all the concept art we'd done beforehand, everything kind of comes together really holistically. And, you know, this magic happens where you've kind of got a problem and you just solve it in the session and someone comes up with this idea, and it's like a really fearless environment as well. You know, you throw an idea in the hat and it doesn't matter if it gets used or not, but you never know if it'll get used later. So yeah, it's been so fun. Like there's nothing more fun.
I think what I like is also when we are writing the story with him, he impersonates all characters. Yeah. And so you just spend an hour and a half laughing at the same time as you write. Yeah. Because he's like, so he's writing the story with us, and each shot and every like communication between dinosaurs, and he impersonates each dinosaur. So if it's like playing a I mean, like the story like.
We have video of Matt. Like, roaring.
And this is just funny because you can project yourself. It tells. I think when he tells story to his kids, it must be so epic because like when he tells story to us, you feel you are inside the movie, and the shots and the camera camera just build themselves in your brain, and I think this is why he's so good at that.
Yeah, and we push it too far. You know, we take the story like crazy far sometimes, and it goes in these really weird places. But then, like through that, it's like this playtime, you know, and you kind of push it too far to then bring it back again to what you think is like works, and and that's fun. Like, you know, that's the part that you really love as a creative.
Lucas,
what was your takeaway from the story sessions?
Oh, you guys already said everything. Yeah. You know, it's all of these things are the same. It's the same thing for me. It's just, you know, having, you know, we're this ragtag group of creatives who just, you know, like we're fearlessly just doing a thing, and then we get validated by someone like Mark, you know, and it's just a confirmation that this is meant to be. And I think that's, you know, what Mark coming on board meant to me. And now we're, you know, like the guy has no ego. So he's just, you know, he's coming on board, and he's, you know, like he's part of the team, and we are one team. And that's just, I love that. It just feels very natural. And so now we just have to see it through, I guess.
It's going to be so exciting. I did snoop through some of the behind the scenes footage that we found, that Emmy took, and I thought this was something interesting to maybe pull up and discuss.
There's me picking my nose.
That's when the ideas come from.
This is story session.
Benji, do the Dimetrodons, can they swim? I always imagine...
All dinosaurs can swim actually. Dimetrodon can swim really like, you know, like crocodiles. That's pretty cool.
Because I always imagine them being able to swim in their sail kind of above the water,
even
like ships, you know.
That'd be cool.
T-Rex were a really good swimmer as well.
I thought that was so cool.
Can they swim?
It's very serious.
Yes, we're gonna make the Dimetrodon swim in the TV show.
You know, one thing I really loved about the story sessions as well was like, you know, we had done a lot of concept art beforehand, and like a lot of the concept art was just us kind of going, museum Dimetrodons will be swimming. But yeah, a lot of our concept art that we did beforehand was just based on like ideas of, okay, where would we love to see dinosaurs in Tokyo? What would look really cool? What would be a super cool environment for them? And it, you know, there was no sense of like where they were sitting in the story at that time. But as we kind of went through the story sessions, you know, some of that concept art that we'd already created like solved some of the problems. We were like, okay, what happens here? Oh, we can use that concept art kind of scene, and that's what happens there. And so, you know, that made it even more of a holistic kind of process, and that creativity isn't just start from the beginning and you get to the end. It's actually like, you know, very circular almost. Yeah, I found that quite cool.
I think, what is cool is have like a big sail, and they can like, okay, this is not scientifically true, but we made the sail and the Dimetrodon like retractable, so they can like put it out, put it down. And so
like the Japanese sailing ships.
Yeah, exactly, like those like Japanese ship, you know, like it's like very like spiky, and I think it's gonna look super cool to have like them swim underwater and they retract the sail, and when they are on the surface they like put the sail and it's like helping them. I think it's gonna look super sick. A lot of ideas about, is it gonna look cool? Yes, let's put it in the show.
How big is a Dimetrodon sail? Like how tall do they sail?
I think I know the length is about like, I think it's about like 3 meters long. So I could not say like the height of them. Mm-hmm. Sailboat engine.
Great. Okay. So the story session is underway. I think there's just been like a nice outline that's been done, that's condensed. And then, Lucas, what are you going to be doing soon with that?
Mute.
Unmute.
Oh, sorry. See, that's the thing. Okay. Well, we're going to get serious now. That's what we're going to do. Or that's what's happening next. Like, the reason why I'm in Europe is because we are pitching the thing. Like, we're pitching it to buyers, we're pitching it to publishers, we're pitching it to anyone who anyone who's going to say yes for me to talk to them, I'm going to basically shove it in their face and show them what we're doing. And of course, like the goal is for someone to pick this thing up. I will be here in Europe first. And after that, I will go to LA, where our executive producer Nathan is going to join me as well. And there we have like the big meetings with the big names that you guys all know. One of them starts with N and ends with Netflix.
Netflix.
There's a whole bunch of others that we're talking to. We spent quite a while explaining to everyone what we want to do. And now it's time, they're all ready. Like, they're all quite hyped as well to finally hear what we've been up to. They're excited that Mark is on board, and they're excited about, this young studio that's a little bit rogue, and, just a bunch of great creatives coming together. So, yeah, the next month will show a lot of development on our side. So just guys, please keep sharing the video. Please keep following us, because the more views we have, the better, the better it's going to go for us. They need to see that people want to see this. So yeah, please just keep supporting us. Whatever you can contribute in the Patreon, it's going to help us reach that many more people. Right now is the moment where where we need the most support from everyone.
Yeah.
We can't say where it's gonna pitch in Europe. Huh?
No.
Well, I mean, I've just been told before this meeting that I can't say where I'm going here in Europe, but it's close
because
by.
he said Netflix. Is there is another word for there is Netflix? and
There's a very big conference coming up
in Europe.
We'll be posting about.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
So you can Google it yourself. You're going to figure it out very quickly.
I mean,
but
they could take tickets for it.
You can buy tickets, and you can come meet me even if you want to. We're going to, before the event, we're going to announce where we're going. Of course, we're going to. There's a whole bunch of other news that we're going to, just going to do in the lead up to this, to all my pitching stuff. We're going to hype things up quite a bit. So yeah, just stay tuned.
Hold on. I will drop in. Do you want to drop in the latest post? We'll give a little hint based on the last post that we had.
Okay. Lit up.
Yeah, but I think everything is going very well. We have all the contact we need to pitch the TV show and the other project.
Yeah, we even got a spot on Variety.
Yeah, that's awesome. This is pretty cool.
Yeah,
we get a lot of attraction from streaming platform, publisher. So this is great. They are very interested into the project. So
a lot of interest. I know we were trying to set up this article between Emmy and I and Annabelle, but this was on the way to Annecy. Do you remember, Lucas? And I had to it was so anxious for me because I had to set it all up and then just go quiet for the next 2 days because we'll be in the air on the way to Annecy. I was like, don't forget. But
it was so good though, because we got off the plane in Geneva. And I looked at my phone, it was up, and you were just behind me, and we just had a big, a quick fist bump, and it's it's up. It's
waiting in line to go through customs, reading all of the articles that come up. Yeah, that was quite cool.
Okay, it's up. We can reload.
All right. Refreshing. Oop. Okay, so this is what we posted recently.
Yeah. Yes, this is. I think we already showed that. We already showed this a few months ago. It's just even, like almost exactly 2 months and a half ago or 3 months ago, is a lot of like gameplay research that we have been doing to like see how it's gonna look. I mean, like we already said that last time at the meeting, like that we've been spending a lot of time like doing research, trying to see what kind of gameplay can be nice. How does it feel to run between the legs of a big apatosaur? How does it feel to be a young T-Rex that is not as strong as his dad? So you have to like, we try to find like ways of like, oh, can it be fun to figure out how to survive in the Kyōryū's world when you're not like as strong as your dad, you know? Yeah,
I think you mentioned on your TikTok account, somebody asked if it was going to be a couch co-op. And I personally love couch co-op games.
Oh yeah, with like we had a really cool game jam session, and a lot of time the ideas of co-op game. I think the difference is like it's probably not gonna be straight a co-op game. It depends on budget. It just depends on budget, but it's. I mean, the idea is really cool of having one player playing Tori and the other player playing Yama.
Yeah.
And
you go on an adventure.
You go like, and it's like It Takes Two, except it's not divorced parent. It's just like a dad and son. I mean, the story of It Takes Two is divorce.
And then the Dimetrodon with the sail. Across the seas.
Yeah. So, so lot of thinking, lot of work, lot of like I say, like so many hours spent trying to find the best way possible. To make this possible.
Nice. Yeah. Do you play games, Kate?
I don't play games, I have to admit. No. Lucas keeps trying to...
You should at least play It Takes Two.
I know.
It's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, when I was a kid, for sure, definitely. Yeah. And we actually, I watched a really cool YouTube clip the other day, and he was just talking about like games in the 80s and how actually like communal it was. You know, you'd go down to your friend's house and you kind of all meet up at the friend's house and you kind of play your games and like it was like, it wasn't kind of sort of sitting by yourself. It was very like a group kind of thing, which I thought was quite cool. But I'll play the Kyōryū game.
So just, you know, you guys just saw what we talked about. So I guess you can figure out what event I'm going to in 2 weeks. And there will be announcements around this that we can't officially make right now yet. But I guess everyone knows by now what the announcement is going to be. Stay tuned for that.
Spooky Godzilla says, if it's a co-op, maybe there could be a sibling.
Not on the first game, but that could definitely depend on depend on how the story ends in the first season. That this kind of stuff can happen. Just so you know, those images like you see are like grayscale. There is no lighting, there is no texture, there is nothing. It's just when you test, when you want to test like animation and gameplay, you don't want to bother at first with beautiful texture and lighting, because the point of those research is like to find how Tori moves, how cool interaction between dinosaurs are. So it's really like don't expect us to release a grayish game.
Of course not. But yeah, this is a really cool clip that you put together just as you were daydreaming, I think. Okay, but that kind of leads into what a concept we want to do at Floating Rock, which is Cine-play. And we've talked about this a few times in the past videos. Do you want to dive deeper into that, Lucas?
I can, yeah. For us, it's just, you know, like what we are seeing developing in the industry at the moment, which is that, I mean, there's a list out there somewhere. There's a metric shit ton of games being made into movies. But the problem with all of that is that they're all an afterthought. You know, it's like it was a great game. Now we're making it into a movie because it was successful. What we want to do is actually do the same thing, do things at the same time, so that we have a story that spans over both and that's conceptualized as a story, as one story that spans over both a game and a series. And that's everything we're striving for. So you could, maybe see, one Yama's perspective of an event in the series, maybe there's a battle going down, and then in the game you would potentially be able to play that same event the same time, just from Tori's vantage point. Maybe they're not even in the same, the same exact position. They're in completely different ends of the battle. But that's really interesting to us. It's not that we get to interweave stories between two mediums and just make it bigger through that. So yeah, that's basically what Cine-play stands for. It's just a new extended way of, it's not new in a sense, but it's an expanded kind of way of telling stories. And it's just the next step of what the industry is already trying to do. It's going to be super cool. And we've had some really, really amazing conversations just about the possibility that it opens up as well. There's so much cool stuff that you can do where, you might encounter a character in the game just briefly, but that character has been a main character in the series, and you encounter that character in the game and you already know so much about them. And that stuff is, it's just super interesting and exciting for us. And that's what Cine-play stands for.
Nicely explained.
Yeah.
I think, that would be quite cool just to see something in the show and then play the game to see if maybe it's a different perspective.
What can be fun is learn, what is important is if you play the game and you don't want to watch the series, you're still going to understand the story. And if you want to watch the story and not play the game, it's going to be the same. But what is nice is because those two are going to overlap, it's always going to be very cool to for example, at episode 3, I'm just saying numbers. Episode 3, you see Yama going to chase a group of raptor because they've been attacking the clan and stuff like that. And you're like, well, why is they attacking the clan and everything like that? And on the game, you actually realize that, oh wow, this is stories that just fucked up and that just went to the raptor territory, and he thought it was a great idea, but he actually created some problem. But so. I think it can be very cool to see that cause and consequences shared between TV show and the game, and I think it's gonna be very fun, and we're gonna try something new. We're gonna try to make sure we make it fun but not mandatory to be two at the same time as well.
In the story sessions, did you guys think about what points for the potential game at all? Or?
Definitely. And I think
graphic.
And I feel like it kind of, for creatives, it's super complicated as well. There's a lot of kind of story to wrap your head around and things to keep in your brain. And I think, trying to do it across the two mediums complicates it even more. But it also makes you think about the user experience more. In the show, it's kind of much more, you're an observer, whereas in the game, you're much more a part of the experience. So kind of, finding ways to amplify those two experiences for the viewer or player, I think that's kind of really interesting as well. And it sort of enriches the story even more because there's more to drive the story rather than just wanting to create something cool that people watch. Actually, it's wanting to create something cool that people are a part of as well. So I think that's really fun and a really good challenge for us as creatives. It definitely pushes us a little bit harder.
How can I be part of this? We're gonna at the end of the streaming, we're gonna explain a little thing. A pretty cool thing actually is that people will be able to participate to the game and TV show, but more than what you can imagine actually. And do the directs have name? Yes, the dad is Yama and the son is Tori. So it means mountain and bird in Japanese. And also if you put like, it's like Toriyama as well, like if you like Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Intentional, but it's awesome.
I grew up with Dragon Ball Z as well, so like Jurassic Park and Dragon Ball Z. So, yeah.
This explains like KYO now.
So does that mean we have like one dino is going to have to do a Kamehameha?
Yeah.
Or is Tori going to turn into a Super Saiyan or something?
The Kamehamehasaurus. It's like.
Oh, I love this question. What is the favourite dinosaur prehistoric creature from the team members present?
Last time we responded that, obviously.
Yeah, we're doing that every time.
Yeah, I mean, for me it was obvious. It was like the T-Rex, obviously, because I grew up with it, and it was my first dinosaur toy. So it's not original, but yeah.
What was the
Archaeopteryx?
Yeah.
the one that just is basically a bird, like it's just a bird with teeth.
Yeah. I love Triceratops.
Yeah.
I think because of Sarah in The Land Before Time.
Yeah.
Like I grew up with that, and that was like I loved her little character. And I think I helped a lot with the concept art for the Triceratops image that we've released. And for me, that Triceratops character, we put a lot of love into that piece of concept art. And Julien, who created it, did such an amazing job, really capturing the kind of what we wanted and to see. He just totally nailed it. So for me, Triceratops are my special. And I feel like our Triceratops are quite complex and interesting as well. So
Lucas, what's your favorite dinosaur?
I don't know how to say it in English, but I would say call it Ankylosaurus.
Yeah,
I love it.
Ankylosaurus.
Oh yeah,
the one with the hammer. Hammer tail. It's just that guy can fuck shit up.
It's a tank.
But he's also vegetarian.
But he's a tank. He's a tank. Yeah, it's really cool. Amy, what was yours?
I'm not sure. What do you think?
I think last time you said like the Stegosaurus, the one that have like spikes and
spiky shit.
Yeah, there's gonna be like a lot of environment. Definitely, like the point of being in Japan is not only like using the culture, is also like because Japan is kind of a country that have so many amazing landscapes. From very traditional to very futuristic to like mountain of snow to like lagoon. I mean and very like and all the seasons in Japan are very interesting because it brings so many like beautiful color as well. Because Japan have like the 4 seasons are very like different from each other. Like in Europe, you have like very snowy winter. You have the very orange color of falls. You have the cherry blossom. I mean, that's an amazing place to put a story in.
Yeah, we thought about that a lot in our concept art, like just kind of those, especially the seasons and the kind of colours that go with those seasons, and kind of theming our colours with a little bit of that, but also theming the colours with our tribes and our different kind of groups of dinosaurs. So yeah, like that inspiration has definitely come from the very essence of Japan and those kind of like seasons and the aesthetic of that. So yeah.
Yeah. There is you get to 5 kg breakpoints.
Wait, what are you reading?
What's your favorite? I think the favorite dinosaur that we designed, I think it's for me it's Tori. I think it's great. It's very cute, very nice. I just like, and know that we are making a move. It feels so nice to have this young T-Rex that is still around 800 kg. And I know the weight because we have to put the weight when we make the game for interaction with elements. So yeah, I know exactly the weight like Tori, but I know for you the Triceratops.
Probably the Triceratops, but also the Dimetrodons. I mean, I think both those characters we put a lot of love into. I don't know. I came along after the kind of Tori and Yama concept design, but like the Dimetrodon and Triceratops, I kind of put a lot of love into, and a lot of really, there was a lot of very decisive Japanese influence brought into them and their characters, and like even little things that you might not kind of first see, but that we really did think about. And like on the back of our Triceratops, you'll notice like the paint job is kind of similar to the back of the neck of the geisha, and we brought like like kind of gold cracking into the armor of the Triceratops, and all of that's reflecting kind of beautiful elements of Japanese culture and craft that we really love. So yeah, probably those guys.
And also, like, I mean, there is, we're gonna reveal soon, not today, but soon we're gonna reveal, we have like 3 new dinosaurs that are like so cool. And I mean, like, they look fucking sick. They are so cool. So it's not gonna be like Dimetrodon or T-Rex. There's like 3 new dinosaur species. Enfin, no, 2 new dinosaur species and 1 that is a pterosaur. Yeah. So not dinosaur.
Do they have weapons by any chance?
No, they don't. They're not gonna use weapon or anything. Yeah.
Because there's been a lot of references and comments about Dinoblade. So
yeah, so Dinoblade is another game. Dinoblade is another game being made by a guy that is like so it's so incredible. Yeah. And I know a lot of commenters like, "Hey guys, is it Dinoblade?" Stuff like that. So no, we are not making Dinoblade at all. We are not making Dinoblade. They're not gonna have weapon in their mouth or in their jaw. And so this is very different. We are taking more like the realistic path, like the dinosaurs are gonna move and in a realistic way. Yeah. And if they fight like a real dinosaur.
Yeah. Yeah, we put a lot of thought into like kind of how far dinosaurs kind of have evolved or not evolved, and like part of that is things like weapons and costume and stuff. And you have to make a decision at what point, like you look back on human history and kind of see, okay, at what point did we start using weapons, and did we start developing clothing and things like that, and what did that mean for our kind of evolution? And so we kind of had to really make a decision about at what point, we like kind of have them be more animalistic versus more evolved. And, you'll see that in the show, and that'll kind of all be revealed. But there's hints of it in their design for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, yeah, maybe we can do like some sort of crossover with Dinoblade versus Yama.
Versus Yama. Yeah.
That's us when people compare us to Dinoblade.
Yeah, so it's very funny because there is some kind of rivalry now. Yeah. Because we are kind of like both indie indie stuff, and we are like making game, and you read like, hey, this is just exactly like Dinoblade. I was like, oh, damn you, Dinoblade. But also, Yama don't have a katana in his mouth, and so, yeah, there is like a rivalry, But
I think that would be quite fun. All right, so we only have a few minutes left already. We wanted to jump into our Patreons' questions. Okay, and you have the. Do you want to jump on screen?
They're right here.
What is
and
this?
Shout out their names as well.
What do I say?
So you know how to read English now. So we have Paleo Entertainment.
Paleo Entertainment, super cool, an adventure and exploration kind of game with the storyline leading you along. Would be awesome if it and fits Kyōryū so well. Gonna have to be sneaky around those Dimetrodon. I wonder what are y'all most excited to implement into Kyōryū game? Okay, so I think the most exciting part is I think it's designing for myself. Yeah. The exciting part for myself is designing cutscene and cinematic, which is like so it's kind of like the movie part, but I love so much bringing like cinematography into the game, and I think this is really cool. So like creating like little cutscene to make the story move forward, and like where you're gonna place your camera when you play. Like if you play and you have to be sneaky, you want to be sure that the camera is placed exactly where you want to be to make the the gameplay and this sequence feel very dramatic and scary. All this kind of stuff is very, very interesting because this is actually so hard. This is so much harder for me to make a game than to make a TV show because everything has to work in every direction. Because obviously the player is gonna sometimes want to like see the animation or like from another angle, or gonna see this car, this like destroy car from behind, and this kind of stuff. So everything has to work in every direction. So you want to be sure that you help the player placing the camera and like, okay, this part of the game you're gonna play it with this kind of camera angle because this is how it's gonna feel the best. So that's very interesting.
Like our roots in the game, like with the cinematics and the narrative.
Yeah. Lucas, what do you prefer to do on the game?
You mean what's my favorite thing?
Yes.
What I would like to do?
No, the most excited to implement into the Kyōryū game.
It's probably, like tackling the same kind of conflicts that we are building into the series as well, which is the decision making between primal and what do you call it?
Enlightenment.
Instinct versus intellect. Like that conflict, and how can we tell that in stories, and how can we make the player make decisions? How we want to put the player into that position where they have to decide, and I think that's what I'm really interested in that kind of, the invisible choices, and for the player to really have to think. And it's not just going to be, like an A, B, or, like Skyrim, like 5 options. I would like for there to not be options, and players just make choices, and the game is going to register those choices and progress them through different storylines based on those kinds of choices. That's what I'm really excited about. Yeah. That kind of psychological thing.
Yeah, this is so cool. And how to like translate that into gameplay, it's gonna be awesome to like, I notice, and Lucas is like me, we played like Baldur's Gate, and like we realized that we played the same story because we can't be mean with NPCs. And so every time we have choice, we always choose a nice people choice. And so this is funny because I never experienced the game being like a bad person. So even if I restart the game, I still can't be like oh, burn them or like kill them or stuff. I try to bring everybody like, be at peace, guys, be at peace. So
I have the same thing right now. I'm playing Red Dead Redemption 2 again, and you're supposed to play an outlaw, like a Western outlaw, but still my reputation is like at Max,
Max, nice guy.
This is so hard.
Really? I love to beat up NPCs.
I can't. And it's crazy because I know it's virtual, I know it's fake, I know it's just polygon, but I still can't. I still have like empathy for this bunch of polygon. Like,
You're dead.
This is why we like working with you, Ben.
Other question: will any character appear in the game that don't show up in the TV series?
And who's the question from?
Lux Nightwalker.
They're both here today too.
Ah, nice.
Nice.
That's such a tough question because I'm gonna talk like a producer. Making a dinosaur is so expensive. It's so expensive to make one dinosaur, like the texture, the model, the concept art, the animation, the rigging, the rendering, this kind of stuff. So I'm like, oh man, if I make a dinosaur in the game, or I make a dinosaur in the TV show, you can be sure I'm gonna put it in the game as well, because this is just so much work. And like, I mean, doing the animation on, I'm in charge of the animation. So doing the animation of a dinosaur and knowing that we're not gonna use it on TV show or the game, I'm like, no, there is no way. I didn't spend like 100 hours of this guy to not have him in both. So this probably gonna happen, but I'm gonna be so mad. So yeah.
How much does a dinosaur, like an animated dinosaur, cost compared to a real life object, like a car or something?
Oh man, dinosaurs.
The same.
As what kind of car? A new car?
I mean, like,
Or like a practical statue of
we will need to ask the production, but sure, like Tori, for the moment, Tori probably costs like half of the whole budget. Sure. Like,
Damn, it's expensive.
this is so expensive.
Yeah, there's so much work that goes into it, and the artists behind it in each department, from like models, texturing, there's the lighting, there's the animation. It really adds up.
Yeah, because you realize on one character you have like 10 people behind one character, and it's not the one dinosaur, one guy.
Yeah.
Definitely. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Those were all the
We
questions.
got numbers, but one day we might release that stuff, but not just yet.
I think it would be nice to people to realize, like that the
It's
price,
expensive,
like Yama probably costs the price of your house. Like,
Where? Vancouver House?
You need to move into
Great. Thank you for those questions. For those who don't know, we do have a Patreon. This is just a small place for you to contribute to the production of KYO.
Yeah.
We're saving up like a little piggy bank so that we can maybe
We have
make another character.
another announcement, I guess.
Yeah, just I think quick reminder that like we are funding all of this out of our own pocket. We used to have some help from our investors, but now like it's just us. So any kind of help that we can get is going to be really appreciated. Every dollar helps us, put that somewhere towards the project and make it better in one way or another. So yeah, support us.
I mean, very soon, you're gonna be an announcement that shows that we are definitely spending the money on Kyōryū and Kyōryū only. And
It's like, it feels like, and up there's that piggy bank. And then we're going to smash it one day just for one more character.
I mean, we already have been smashing the piggy bank so many times.
Not this one. All right. So this is bringing us to the end. Emmy will post a link to the Patreon so you can join in.
This is like fan art.
Share some fan art that we've collected these past 3 months. Yeah, this is so nice.
Yeah, this is so
Be
cool.
like a nice tattoo. This is from Artistic Paleo Boy.
I have the nickname.
Yeah. Use the name.
Artistic Paleo Boy.
Paleo Boy.
By Mr. N.
That's very cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Proportions are not bad.
Yeah, the eyes is good.
Yeah. Man, I haven't drawn on paper in ages. Well done.
We have got some concept art on paper too from both Benji and I.
Yeah.
Both done hand-drawn concept art.
We're gonna release them after
so
the big, because it's gonna spoil.
Yeah.
It's gonna spoil what we're gonna announce. But definitely, oh shit, this one is fucking
This
amazing.
is Crocopet.
I love this one.
Yeah.
So cute.
Like the Dimetrodons in the back is such a
Yeah,
nice
that's
touch.
cool.
Yeah.
It looks like it will have an evil British accent. That one in the back.
People are insane.
So good.
Oh shit, this is so cool. This is the scrappy card.
Scratchy kind of thing.
That's
Oh,
so nice.
cool.
This one's from PG-16.
PG-16?
That's what Kyōryū will be.
Oh, that's like a hybrid.
Santim did this, or Santim.
That's really nice.
Oh, I wrote,
I like the snake teeth.
he wrote, Orshi, a ninja shinobi style raptor.
Nice.
Oh.
It's really cool. I like that it implements like the shinobi,
Yeah.
how do you call this?
Uh,
I know, just know in French.
headband?
A headband, yeah?
Bandana.
A bandana, yeah, bandana.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Let's go.
Oh, wow.
This one was from Nocturne.
Damn!
Wild.
Yeah.
That's a cool poster.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I wonder if we should ask them to put
Yeah.
those. We should ask them to put those art in the game or whatever.
They wrote fan art with my own Kyō-terly concept.
Yeah.
Given the extra long feather on the head to look like a ninja's bandana.
Yeah.
Overall, slimmer build and not much to defend, except mask and some shell-like armor on 4 limbs.
That is super cool.
Yeah,
super cool.
Most on agility and overall speed.
Nice.
There's a lot of thought that's gone into it.
Yeah, because these guys think like we think.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's cool. The tail is great, huh?
We're gonna hide. Look at the little guy in the back.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, the little Tori is like, I think it's a Tori and his image choose the primal path for sure. Kill. Oh, that's the same artist. Yeah. That's awesome.
Nice, got some reference going on.
Yeah, that's cool.
Nice adaptation.
The people are awesome. Real concept artists.
Cool.
All right, and that is the last of our fan art. And as Benji kind of mentioned, we are looking for some fan art so we can post into some billboards in our any concepts that might come up. If you want to send in old fan art, you can totally do that. Emmy and I will be shooting out a message on Discord if you haven't joined yet, and that'll be in the KYO competitions channel.
So this is how you can participate. Oh, sorry.
So the fan art will be on the billboards in the whatever we make.
In the future.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be fun because if you play or watch a TV show and you wonder and you're like, hey, that's my drawing, you know? Like, and I think that can be pretty cool, you know, like have like a big billboard, like, oh wow, like Mom, look, I made that. Yeah, sure. Sure, buddy.
You know, on Ghost in the Shell, there's like all the hologramic billboards everywhere, and I am a couple of those.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, this is so cool.
So, yeah, it was pretty fun to look out for, so you can look out for yourself.
Hologram billboards. That's a good idea. All right, and that concludes. Oh, a lot of excitement around this. This is great. That concludes our quarterly update. So keep an eye out later in the next 24 hours for a very exciting post. Any last words?
If you want to participate even more, knowing that it takes a lot of time to make game and TV show, go to school, study animation, study, like, I mean, this is the best way to participate. If you want to participate a lot, go to animation school or try to learn animation, try to learn modeling, try to learn texture, try to learn like the job of how to make video game or TV show, and send your show reel and because we have like, to be honest, one of our artists is absolutely amazing, and he came out of school not even 1 year ago.
He's a young one.
He's a young one. He's a junior artist, and he works so hard, and now he works on Kyōryū. So this is amazing, you know. So if you want to help, study hard.
Go to film school. Go to game school.
Yeah, and if you don't have the money to film school, don't worry. I didn't do any animation school. I just learned by myself at home.
I went to ballet school.
So just learn.
And we're really super grateful, guys. Like, you know, we love creating things. This has been so much fun, and if we get to make this, it's just unbelievable for us. So having your support and just having as many people love Kyōryū as do, it's, you know, it's beyond imaginable for us. It gets like, I get quite emotional. And it's been so special. Benji's an amazing creative, and he's so generous and kind, and he just allows people to bring their full self and their full ideas, and it makes the show and the creation process better. So, you know, being a creative like Benji, and being that generous and welcoming is also a super special thing that we're grateful for too. So,
I'm pretty happy.
I think we're doing quite amazing for it. We released the trailer last September, so it hasn't been an entire year yet, and this is how far we've come.
But it feels that it's been like 3 years.
Benji's age. He's actually 37.
No kid, no, like...
We started thinking about, or you started thinking about it, Benji. It's been 2.5 years. So... Just, you know, like, it's been a long time coming, you know, like, since the first idea happened. So
I was still at my previous job working on Avatar 2.
Yeah.
I was like, dinosaurs are so much cooler than blue people.
Right.
So yeah, I hope people are gonna, and don't worry if if it's working, we're gonna make multiple game in the world of Kyōryū. We're gonna make multiple season of Kyōryū TV show. So even if you're not here for and work with us on the first game and the first season of TV show, you will be there on the second game and the second TV show, and it's really cool.
And then the crossover episode with Dino Blade.
Damn you, Dino Blade.
Cool. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next quarter. And we will drop in some links for you guys to follow. And if you want Discord or Patreon or...
Are we gonna upload this video on YouTube, huh?
Yeah, this will
nice. Cool. Right. So if you missed, we are sorry if you missed the start of the video. So you can watch again. But with the next crazy announcement soon, people are gonna be so happy.
We're just teasing everyone.
I'm so excited for what we're gonna show because it looks fucking sick.
Yeah. All right. Have a good night or a day, everybody, and I'll see you later.
See you.
Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
And stream has ended.
Good. I have some more.